I'd like to invite Kim Blyer and Dan Breen to the podium.
So hey, class of 2024, how you feeling today? I'm sorry, I got somebody back there is with me, but how about the rest of you? How you feeling today? So welcome everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am Kim Blyer.
And I'm Dan Breen.
And we both teach social studies here. And we're also both proud Concord High graduates. Roll Tide. I'm class of 1992.
And I'm class of 2007. And we're here tonight to tell you a little bit about our first inductee, Mary Rolfe of Farnum.
So Mary Rolfe Farnum graduated from Concord High School in 1888, and she went on to be a local teacher. Not long after, she enrolled at Boston University School of Medicine and earned her MD in 1900, then began practicing medicine as a local physician. In addition, she was very active in many local organizations. She was a member of the Pennacook Women's Club, a member and a president of the Concord Women's Club, and a member of the American Association of University Women. She was also the chairperson of the Pennacook Red Cross during World War I.
As if that wasn't enough, Dr. Farnum also served the school board for 5 years. Then, in the August of 1920, the United States ratified the 19th Amendment, which granted women suffrage. Although by that time it was too late to officially file to run for New Hampshire legislature, Mary Rolfe Farnum led a write-in campaign along with fellow suffragette Jessie Doe, and just weeks after the ratification of the 19th Amendment, she had successfully secured a seat in the New Hampshire legislature, becoming the first female legislator in the state of New Hampshire.
So, since you're graduating, I'm assuming you could all do the math, and since she graduated in 1888, I'm assuming none of you are expecting to see her here tonight. She's not here. But on her behalf, we do have a female senator from the state of New Hampshire. So please give a warm welcome for Senator Becky Whitley.
Thank you, everyone. It's good to see you. I'm very, very honored to accept this award. Just a little more about Dr. Farnum. You know, just like you're about to do, Dr. Farnum graduated from Concord High School in 1888. 32 years later, on August 18th, 1920, American women gained full voting rights when the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified by the states. Of course, despite the adoption of the 19th Amendment, many women of color, immigrant women, and poorer women continued to face barriers at the polls. Less than 1 year after the ratification, on November 2nd, 1920, New Hampshire women voted for the first time for candidates for both state and federal offices. The turnout by women voters that year was robust and enthusiastic throughout the state. This is the year that Dr. Farnum was elected as the first female legislator in New Hampshire, charting a path to my service exactly 100 years later. That's because representation is truly powerful. Studies show that the presence of highly visible female politicians inspires political engagement and aspirations amongst young girls and women, and that men also increase their involvement when more women candidates are on the ballot. I was first elected to the New Hampshire Senate in 2020, in the middle of a global pandemic, with a kindergartner at home. I was younger than the vast majority of my colleagues, who had no idea what it was like to be a younger person, raising a family and building a career in New Hampshire. Yet I was able to use my own experience and that of my peers to help all families in New Hampshire over the past 4 years. The challenges and life experiences unique to women inform our policies and our leadership styles. Studies have shown that the election of women have been shown to result in policies that prioritize minority needs, take a rehabilitation approach to crime and punishment, and focus on family and health care. In short, we look out for everyone. Furthermore, an American university study found that women legislators work harder for their constituents, and a study on city councils confirms that women spend more time doing constituency service. Yet, despite all of our advances, the presence of women in elective office pales in comparison to our presence in the U.S. population. Still today, only 28% of the U.S. House of Representatives are women. The scarcity of elected women in office is more troubling when considering the gender imbalance of elected officials since our nation's founding. Had more women held office throughout U.S. history, would the country look different today? We can only speculate about what our laws and public policies might look like if American government had only been more inclusive over the course of history. Here in New Hampshire, we like to elect women. The New Hampshire Senate reached gender parity in 2022 with 12 women elected to the 24-member chamber, including myself. This is the second time the New Hampshire Senate has reached gender parity. The state Senate made history after the 2008 election when it became the first U.S. legislative body to be majority women, 13 out of 24 seats. And in a similar time, we sent 4 women to DC, and that was also a first in history. Our entire federal delegation were women. Again, New Hampshire likes to elect women. In 2022, the New Hampshire House increased from 36 to 37% women, including 100 Democratic women and 48 Republican women. Currently, the Executive Council remains 40% women with 2 women counselors. We still have so far to go. To fulfill our country's commitment to true democracy and to the values of liberty and equality, we must close this gap. Better representation will ensure women's voices are heard and our issues fairly considered. In the tradition of Dr. Farnum, is a future legislator in this room? I sure hope so. Thank you, and go get 'em.
So at this time, we would like to give Senator Whitley the trophy that we have here on behalf of Mary Rolfe Farnum.
As part of being on the Wall of Fame committee, we spend a lot of time looking through old Concord High yearbooks. One of my favorite parts of the old yearbooks is where seniors list what their goals are for the future now that they're graduating from Concord High School.
You know, Mr. Breen, I couldn't agree more. In fact, there was one that I found particularly interesting, and it was from Daniel Breen, class of 2007. His goal says, and I quote, "Get super rich and never, ever, ever come back to this school ever again." How's that working out for you?
There's a lot of moving parts to it, so it's a work in progress. But I think the important thing here is that it's okay if you don't know what you want to do next, or if your goals change in the future.
Right. But unlike Mr. Breen, our next inductee accomplished exactly what her goal was. In the 1996 Concord High yearbook, Tara Mounsey's goal was listed as, quote, "play in the 1998 Winter Olympics in ice hockey," end quote. And that's exactly what she did. Tara's high school coach, a good friend of mine, Doug Walsh, couldn't be here tonight, but he did send along some thoughts of his memories of Tara. So Tara made the varsity boys hockey team as a freshman. She played a regular shift on defense, certainly holding her own. The team went to the finals, losing to Hanover. Tara suffered a serious knee injury during her sophomore year, causing her to miss the rest of the season and her junior year. Tara came back her senior year and was healthy and voted co-captain. She was a key member of the 1996 team that went 23-1 and also won the state championship. She was voted by the union leader as Player of the Year. Tara was an exceptional athlete. She excelled in every sport she played. She wasn't just a girl playing on a boys' team. She was a great player on a boys' team. I feel honored to have coached her. She is definitely one, if not the best female athletes ever in the state of New Hampshire. Congratulations on being selected to the Wall of Fame at Concord High. She's certainly deserving. Those are Dunk's words.
After Concord High, Tara went on to Brown University, where she was named the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. And then in 1998, the IOC added women's ice hockey as an Olympic sport for the first time ever. And Tara was able to accomplish her goal from the yearbook as she competed on Team USA at the 1998 Winter Olympic Games. Not only did she compete, she helped to lead the United States to the first ever gold medal for women's ice hockey. 4 years later, she once again competed for Team USA at the Winter Olympics, this time helping lead Team USA to a silver medal.
So those of you who have been in my class know how I love to drop little tidbits of Concord High history. Any of you want one last one before you graduate? Okay, so during that game in 1998, there were several of us who, because it was being played in Japan, time difference and whatnot, and also because back in the day with like TV, it's a little different than what you have access to now. Not everybody could see the game. And so Concord High gained access through the cable network to watch the game. And several of us were here. Who in the audience? Give me like a woo if you were here. Okay, several people in the audience were here that morning with me at 4:30 in the morning. And we sat together with pride watching Concord High graduate win a gold medal. So on behalf of the class of 2024, Tara Mounsey, come on up. We would like to hear about your experiences. Let's give a round of applause for Tara Mounsey.
Good evening. Class of 2024, I was worried you weren't coming this evening, and I was going to be talking to my family in the front row. Thank you for showing up. This is wonderful. Principal Herbert, Karen Slick, and the Wall of Fame committee, thank you for this nomination, and what an honor. Still trying to figure out how I got to share the stage with Dr. Farnum. What an amazing woman. To my family, they're trying to behave in the front row. Yes, that's mom skating, that's right. Thank you for all of your support throughout the years. I couldn't have done it without you. It takes a village. As all of you graduates know, you don't graduate alone, you don't get this far without other people. My wife, my 3 kids, my brother, his wife, his kids, my mom and dad. I owe this opportunity to them. I have friends and teachers in the stands, so my English teacher is here, so I thought that I should avoid writing a speech and just kind of use bullets. So that's what we're doing, because my commas and everything may be a little off at this point. Maybe a chatbot would have been a good idea. Thank you. I have high school friends here, and I can only hope that you carry a few of your friends with you for the rest of your life, because that's what I've done, and it's been very special. Thank you for joining me. As I arrived this evening and walked in the door, and yes, this building was here when I was here. My brother mentioned maybe this part wasn't built when you were here, so it was. It is a special place in my heart where I've had many, many memories, vivid memories. I remember the friendships that were made. I remember the friendships that didn't work out, and that's okay. I remember walking through the hallways, going into an AP test, wondering how I'll do. Did I study enough? Did I prioritize properly? Maybe, maybe not. But I know I gave my best at that time. There are tears I shared in the hallways, laughs. But Concord High School helped build a foundation for me to get to where I am today. And for that, I'm incredibly thankful. In the end, I felt ready for the next chapter. Seniors, do you feel ready? You're still in school, right? So a few more days? You're done? Oh, you told me, I thought I had to keep it brief, they have homework. Okay, great. You are more ready than you think. Congratulations, this is a big accomplishment. And you are ready. You are ready. But you have to feel that. And you have to rely on the people around you to reassure you that you're ready. So as you launch into this new chapter, be thankful that you get to write the chapter. And take the time to reflect on what you've learned here at school, who you've met, and the confidence that you've built while you're here to launch into this chapter and to know that it's going to be amazing. I have 4 pillars that I'd like to share with you that have helped me through the years, and I hope at some point maybe you'll reflect and use them as you need to. Number 1, be brave. Don't give in to fear. Take on new challenges. Meet new people. You need people. And you need to do things that maybe you're not good at. Don't be afraid. Number 2, be curious. Ask questions. Number 3, make sure you have gratitude. It's so important to be thankful. Sorry, does this thing keep falling? This is bad timing. I'm right in the middle of these pillars. I'm trying to be impactful. Be thankful. And be thankful for what you have. Try to focus on what you have, not what you don't have. And that's a process. I'm working on that myself. And all of this is a process. But it's really important to appreciate people and the opportunity that we all have. And number 4, be kind. It seems easy, but it's not so easy for many people. The world needs kindness. You all need kindness. So please be kind, be thoughtful in your decisions. And I want to end with a quote. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. I'm going to read it again. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. And that's by E.E. Cummings. Be strong, congratulations, and go into this world and love it.
So Mr. Herbert will present Tara with her trophy.
All right, so that will conclude the part in the auditorium. In a moment, we're going to recess out to Main Street.
Thank you. On behalf of the school board, I'm delighted to be here to honor tonight's inductees. We're honoring them for their accomplishments, but also for what they have in common, which is the trails they blazed for others and the opportunities they opened up for others. You know, we see, as Senator Whitley talked about, the legacy of Mary Farnum in the legislature every day. You know, there are 2 women in the United States history who have been governors and senators, and they're both from the state of New Hampshire. You know, for now, women leaders are the norm, not the exception. I moved to Concord right around the time of the 1998 Olympics. I was a reporter for the Concord Monitor. I was not a sports person at the time. I thought offsides was someone standing to the side of the room. But I got caught up in Tara Mounsey fever. I covered the rally at the State House after they won the Olympics. It was so exciting. And now I find myself a hockey mom. And spending a lot of time at ice arenas around the state where I can see her legacy today and my son's teammates and his coaches, and the lessons he learns from them, that they're not girl players, they're his teammates, they work hard, they skate hard, a lot of them are better than he is. And he knows that, and all he wants is for them to be on his line. And so I think we see that All of them, hold on, I wrote this down. The lessons he's learning, the lessons boys and girls across our state are learning, these are legacies of Mary Farnum and Tara Mounsey. The fact that we have a girls hockey team, it took too long, but we have it now, and I think we continue to make progress. So I want to congratulate you both on behalf of the board, and thank you for coming back.
At this time, we'd like to invite Senator Whitley up to unveil the replica of the plaque that will be here soon on behalf of Mayor Rolfe Farnum. And now I'd like to invite Tara Mounsey up to unveil the replica of her plaque.
You have a drum roll?
Do we need a drum roll? Come on. Is that a drum roll? Oh.